I have a poem I want to share. I'm a little early for a meeting that I have, but I wanted to share a poem that I have. It's a world without our people. This is a story of a little boy named Theo who woke up one day and he asked his mother, "What if there were no black people in the world?" Well, his mother thought about that for a moment and said, "Son, follow me around today and let's just see what it would be like if there were no black people in the world." Mom said, "Now go get dressed and we'll get started." Theo went to his room, put on his clothes and shoes. His mother took one look at him and said, "Theo, where are your shoes? And those clothes are all wrinkled. Son, I must iron them." But when she reached for the ironing board, it was no longer there because Sarah Boone, a black woman, invented the ironing board. And Jane E. Matzeliger, a black man, invented the shoelacing machine. Oh, well, she said, "Please go on and do something to your hair." Theo ran into his room to get his comb, but the comb was not there. Walter Simmons, a black man, invented the comb. Theo decided to just brush his hair, but the brush was gone because Lydia O. Newman, a black female, invented the brush. Well, this was a sight. No shoes, wrinkled clothes, hair a mess. Even mom's hair was without the hair care inventions of Madam C. Walker. Well, you get the picture. Moms told Theo, "Let's do our chores around the house and then take a trip to the grocery store." Theo's job was to sweep the floor. He swept and swept and swept. When he reached for the dustpan, it was not there because Lloyd P. Ray, a black man, invented the dustpan. So he swept a pile of dirt over in the corner and left it there. He then decided to mop the floor, but the mop was gone because Thomas W. Stewart, a black man, invented the mop. Theo yelled to his mom, "Mom, I'm not having any luck." "Well, son," she said, "let me finish washing these clothes and we will prepare a list for the grocery store." When when the wash finished, she went to place the clothes in the dryer, but it was not there because George T. Saman, a black man, invented the clothes dryer. Mom asked Theo to go to get a pencil and some paper to prepare the list for the market. So Theo ran for the paper and a pencil, but noticed the pencil lead was broken. Well, he was out of luck because John Love, a black man, invented the pencil sharpener. Mom reached for a pen, but it was not there because William Purvis, a black man, invented the fountain pen. As a matter of fact, Lee Birdridge invented the typewriter machine, and W.A. Lovett advanced printing press. Wow. Theo and his mom decided to head out to the market. Well, when Theo opened the door, he noticed the grass was as tall as he was. You see, the lawnmower was invented by John Burr, a black man. They made their way over to the car and found that it just wouldn't go. You see, Richard Spikes, a black man, invented the automatic gear shift, and Joseph Gammel invented the supercharged system for internal combustion engines. They noticed that the few cars that were moving were running into each other and having wrecks because there were no traffic signals because Garrett A. Morgan, a black man, invented the traffic light. Well, it was getting late, so they decided to walk to the market, got their groceries, and returned home. Just when they were about to put away the milk, eggs, and butter, they noticed the refrigerator was gone. Now, you see, John Standard, a black man, invented the refrigerator. So they just left the food on the counter. By this time, Theo noticed he was getting mighty cold. Mom went to turn up the heat. And what do you know? Alice Parker, a black female, invented the heating furnace. Even in the summertime, they would have been out of luck because Frederick Jones, a black man, invented the air conditioner. It was almost time for Theo's father to arrive home. He usually takes the bus, but there were no bus because its persecutor was the electric trolley invented by another man, another black man, Albert R. Robinson. He usually takes his elevator from his office on the 20th floor, but there was no elevator because Alexander Miles, a black man, invented the elevator. So he usually dropped off the office mail at a nearby mailbox. But it was no longer there because Philip Downing, a black man, invented the letter drop mailbox, and William Berry invented the postmarking and canceling machine. Theo and his mother sat at the kitchen table with their heads in their hands. Like, when the father arrived, he asked, "Why are you sitting in the dark?" Why? Because Lewis Howard Latimer, a black man, invented the filament within the light bulb. Theo quickly learned what it would be like if there were no black people in the world. Not to mention if we were even sick and needed blood, because Charles Drew, a black scientist, found ways to preserve and store blood, which led to his starting the world's first blood bank. And what if a family member had to have heart surgery? This would have not been possible without Dr. Daniel Hale Williams, a black doctor who performed the first open heart surgery. So if you're wondering, like Theo, where would we be without us? Well, it's pretty plain to see if we would still, it's pretty plain to see we would still be in the dark. Beautiful.